I'm on a journey to get better, and I want to do it with you. And I'm not just focusing on physical health. I'm focusing on everything: emotional wellness, spirituality, finances, relationships, and so much more. Every week, it will be my personal goal to bring us, the world's leading healers, experts, and game changers, to share groundbreaking secrets and tips to getting better in all areas of life. Getting better isn't easy, but it's a whole lot easier when we can do it together. Welcome to Better Together with me, Maria Menounos. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Better Together. It is Tuesday, May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo, everybody. I love how we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo with all Greeks. And P.S., we don't even celebrate Greek Independence Day like this. I'm a little offended by us. So I am in the studio. We decided to have a massive celebration to forget about the murder hornets, to forget about the coronavirus, to forget about the new coronavirus strains that are even more contagious and worse.
Not to mention the deflating economy.
And not to mention the deflating economy. Today we are going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo here in studio with my familia, mi esposo Kevin Andergaro, mi madre Litza Menounos, mi padre Costas. By the way, didn't practice my Spanish, but it's just coming. It's just flowing. It's
How do you
like
say
energy.
Mr. Patreon in Spanish?
Senor Patreon.
Senor Patreon.
Yeah. Senor Patreon is making a very special appearance on Better Together today. He wanted to make sure you guys all knew that. We got Steven in the booth, Jeff in the office. They already have their blood orange margaritas that we will teach you on the show today how to make. Of course, if you wanted to make it the way we make it, you'd have to plant your own blood orange tree. But you can buy them. My dad is going to be at the bar making us quesadillas. Even though he's never made one, I will coach him through.
I'm going to try to do the best I can, all right?
I got Mr. Flamingo over here.
Excuse me, Mr. Patreon.
Mr. Patreon at the bar. I will be teaching him how to make my famous blood orange margaritas. We've got Lala Kent who'll be joining us in just a few. We will chat with her and then we will continue the festivities. She will be our sober human on the show, representing for all of the people who are so mentally strong they can get through the coronavirus. And my mom has words to say. Hello,
We'll
Mom.
need a sober person by the end
Hi,
of this.
Maria.
Hi. How are you feeling, Litza?
I'm feeling good.
Do you smell the grill?
Yes.
Do you smell how hot it is?
Yeah, the tortillas are getting ready now.
The tortillas. Okay, quote of the day. Trust me, you're a great dancer. And that's from Tequila? Where is this quote from?
You know, it's just kind of a little joke there, as in like tequila makes us feel like we're great dancers.
Wow, we are going to be dancing. My mom actually started the morning dancing. That's why I was inspired to have them on the show, because she came down and started dancing. I was like, well, you have auditioned. Now you're ready to go. Guys, before we move on to the show, if you aren't already a member of Patreon, please join us. We are trying to migrate over there, and we're so grateful for all of our Patreon members. Of course, we're doing a really cool show there every week that I think you will love. Mr. Patreon does grace us with his presence from time to time. And yeah, if you haven't already joined us, you can just click the link in the summary. In the meantime, I am very excited about our Cinco de Mayo party. It went from like, hey, let's have a Cinco de Mayo party, which was going to entail drinks, to then I made sure I had chips and salsa for everybody. We're making our quesadillas. It's going to be a fun-filled event.
I broke up my onesie.
You did break. It's a onesie?
It's a onesie, baby.
Wow. Do you want to do a little twirl for everybody?
Sure, if you guys will have me. Let me see which camera.
If you are joining us on the chat in YouTube or wherever you can chat, let us know what you think about Mr. Patreon's onesie.
I don't know where Steven. I haven't been in my own studio for so long. I don't know where there's a...
You're right in front of your podium's probably the best spot, maybe.
You don't have the shot for this
Stand
currently.
next to Maria.
Yeah.
So now you guys know that we've got some work
It's
to do
okay,
in the
Boo.
studio,
We'll
don't
do a
we?
fashion shot on
do.
Instagram later. So here's the deal. I think Kevin's going to start making some drinks so that we can get to that. First, I'm going to have Dad start making the quesadilla. So Dad, you're going to take your flour tortilla.
Okay, put them on the grill.
Put it
or
on the grill.
Oh, no, I'm gonna put some.
On the plate. So I have butter there for you. Butter it up so it's nice and delicious.
Okay,
You
okay.
grill it. Once you put it on the grill, you're going to add the mixed cheese.
It
And
looks-
then everyone can choose if they would like some hot sriracha cheese, hot sriracha sauce, or jalapenos. I would like mine with sriracha and with jalapenos. Mom, how would you like yours? You can spoil the day and do whatever you want today. You can have a quesadilla, you can have a margarita, very little alcohol.
Yeah, wait, you're giving my recipe now. Everybody will know how to do it.
That's the point. We're here to share
Oh, okay,
information,
all right,
Dad.
okay,
We're better
okay.
together.
Lisa, what kind do you
We're
want?
gonna
You
have
can
drinking
it-
games too, by the way.
Wait, I think
Upside down.
daughter just gave us a cheat day, Lisa.
She got a cheat day.
Yeah,
right?
but no spicy anything for me.
Okay,
So
all right.
Lisa just wants cheese. So, Mr. Patreon, here
yes,
is
ma'am.
the secret recipe for
Okay.
Maria's famous margaritas. Now,
Okay.
Stephen better put a smile on his face soon because he is
good
so
luck with that.
serious in there. How are you not drinking my margarita and being like moaning in there happy?
He doesn't start to smile till 5.
Till 5.
Yeah.
Stephen, any words?
Kev, I actually moved it to 7 p.m. now.
Nice.
It's delayed 2 hours by the quarantine.
Did you drink the drink yet?
No, I'm working, Maria.
I had
Am I
a
allowed
fun
to drink?
straw. Yes.
Do I have official permission to
You
drink?
have official permission. Tell me. I want to hear the slurp and I want to hear what you say.
I just want to make sure that this official permission goes the entire day, correct?
This official
So
position.
I can drink the entire day today, right?
Yes, you can.
Hell
Go for
yeah.
it.
Okay.
All right.
Look at Jeff Graham. He's already slurping away in the
Oh,
booth.
I'm slurping.
That's good.
And I wouldn't
You like it?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I want to let the
It's
podcast
sugar
listeners
free
know.
other than just the juices. So
How
I don't
many-
mix all the other stuff in
How
there.
many shots of tequila are in this?
1 shot.
Can I get like 4 more?
Yeah, of course.
Hell
So
yeah.
Mr. Bartender,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Patreon. So you're going to put in your shaker, your little, there you go.
Gotcha.
You're back to your bartending days.
Yep.
You're going to put a shot of tequila. Now you have your little shot glass thingy there.
Got it.
So you're going to put a shot of tequila. This is just going to be my individual drink you're going to make me, right? A shot of tequila. Well, you have that other little silver thing you can use too.
Where's the little? Where's
To your
the shot
right.
thing? Oh, there we go.
There
Oh,
you
wow,
go.
you
That
guys
is
really
a
did.
big tequila.
Damn.
And you put it in the shaker thing, not in the cup.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Right. Remember, I've done this before.
Okay.
Boo.
Now you're going to use the shot glass, and you're going to put 2 shot glasses worth of blood orange mixture,
Okay, that would be this guy.
the blood orange juice. Wow. 2 shots of blood orange
Mm-hmm.
in, and then you're going to do 1 shot of the lime juice. Drop that sucker in. This is really exciting, guys. Okay, 2nd shot of blood orange down, boom. And then the lime juice is right there in front of you. I also like to put a leaf of the mint in there. So you can pop a little mint leaf in there as well. And then you're going to shake it up and put it over a lot of ice. Throw a stem of rosemary, a colorful...
Whoa. Remember me. I am a 90s bartender. we predated mixologists.
Okay. We also have those
We
little...
just got you really drunk, increased liability,
Oh, and
made
then
a ton of money.
You
What?
need... Okay, then you need some club soda. So pop in a little club soda to your
Okay.
right. Pop in a little club soda. I forgot the club soda, guys.
Just a little?
There you go. That's enough.
Okay.
And then shake all that up.
All right.
And then you're going to put it over. I get my Maria mug. Careful, because that's going to explode everywhere. I don't know why those things are a nightmare. Good job, honey. You shake better than anybody. Okay, see, now it exploded everywhere.
No, it's all good.
It's annoying. I don't know why those little things do that. Nope. You just take the whole top. There you
This
go.
usually unscrews though to pour.
I know, honey. Those things just don't work well.
All right.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Pour it over a lot of ice. So
Copy
now you
that.
got to put my little, fill that sucker up all the way to the top. I want a lot of ice, honey.
I'm going to tell you right now, your listeners are going to be treated to when I like assess this show and build a real bar in this place.
I built a really nice bar.
No, good
I went
makeshift.
and I picked fresh rosemary
No.
and fresh mint.
An excellent quarantine bar.
I want extra ice, please, sir. And
Yes,
then I need
ma'am.
my stem of rosemary put in there. Wow, he's getting nervous now. He's resorting to put his hands in the ice. You have the ice stuff right in front of you. I gave him
Well, I stuff-
everything,
a
people.
tong- okay, here we
no,
go.
and then there's the little scooper.
This would be good for your show. 1, 2. Does everyone want to count
Honey,
out the
look,
ice cubes with me?
Look at the spoon. You have your
One.
stupid glasses on. You can't see. You got a
Honey,
big
this
spoon.
thing,
Yes.
that's not for ice.
Well, that was the
You
best
maniac.
I could do. I was rushing at
Okay,
the last minute.
Here's your drink.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't even get my my rosemary stem. You screwed me.
Oh,
You're
well.
a shitty bartender.
Wait, I'm the bartender who comes. He looks
Dad, you
good.
gotta put the cheese on.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah, wait a minute.
everything's screwing
Hey,
up,
I'm
guys.
just
Bring it.
afraid with you people.
It's gonna melt. He was so
Okay.
mesmerized by the drink making, he forgot to put the cheese on.
Listen, you got two.
Okay.
You're like, listen, it's
We
like you're
need to,
Bring
Steven,
it.
we need to open the doors because the smoke is coming
No,
up.
the smoke is not
Flip-
coming now. Don't worry about it.
Flip it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
flip
Hey,
it,
we're here to
fold
make
it in
money,
half.
right, Costa? We don't
Yeah.
have time for the smoke.
Yeah.
I have to turn product out. I gotta move drinks.
Look
I
at
gotta
it.
move this.
It's almost ready.
This is the ugliest quesadilla I've
It
ever
looks
seen.
amazing.
The cheese melted.
Dibs.
By the way, Maria, your parties.
Listen.
Can I tell you about your parties? Your parties are all filled with good-looking bartenders and waitstaff who are horrible at their
Kevin.
jobs.
Boo, this is so
There
good.
you go. See?
Kevin, I will not prepare for this.
Of course.
You know, you just
Yeah,
told me
but it's
about
not,
50.
Costa, we're just here for the Instagram.
Okay, so truthfully,
here-
guys,
we're here for the
we
gram.
were just gonna make margaritas and have chips and salsa. So last minute, I remembered I had my Wolfgang Puck grill, and I was like, "Let's make quesadillas, and Dad will be the
Oh,
chef."
look at that. You want some hot peppers on?
No, just close it and give that one to Mom.
Okay.
No, I'm making my Lita a drink. Lita,
she
you want a
doesn't want
drink or do you want
anything.
a quesadilla?
Dad,
Drink will be fine.
There you go.
Even though it is early in the morning.
do you want?
no.
I have a
Not during
tangerine.
quarantine.
I have a tangerine and mandarin mixture. I have an orange juice mixture, and I have the blood oranges. What would you like, Mom?
Blood orange.
Mm.
Well, they're from the tree outside.
All of them are from the tree. Everything I made. I've been making all these juices all morning, guys. So we even
Which one
have
is
like
mine, Maria? It's this beautiful red.
Jeff, do you
Yeah,
have a mic? I mean, you talk into a tunnel? Is this the stuff they have you guys do?
he doesn't even have his mic on his face. That's the problem.
I've got that mic, but it was a little low last time.
It
so
was
I
just
thought
in
this
your
might-
way. Okay, that's good.
Guys, what's
Hey,
happening?
is
Jeff,
this
Jeff,
the
during
one-
quarantine, can I ask you something? So, like,
Yes.
you know, there's different times for alcoholics and
Dad,
Want some
drinkers.
sausage?
No, give that to Mom.
I feel like there's a different
Make
time.
another one?
Yeah,
right,
make
so
another
Lisa
one.
was concerned it was 11 o'clock, but during quarantine, that's what, like what, 8
Take your
o'clock at
headphones
night?
off. Take your headphones
yeah.
off, Dad. Dad,
It's
take your
the-
headphones off.
Quarantine
He's gonna-
o'clock
he's
is what
gonna
we call it.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
thought the headphones were gonna fall off of him.
What are you talking about? I'm an expert on this stuff, you know.
Guys, this is
Okay, now I'm going to make a tortilla.
chaos. I love
Shit
it.
show. Get Lala on.
Get Lala
people,
on.
I'm telling
Okay,
you.
so first of all, I want to make sure everybody knows what Cinco de Mayo is. Honey, do you know what Cinco de Mayo is?
Yeah, I just don't want to say. What?
Dead. Meanwhile, guys,
Yeah.
when I'm hosting and I'm choking to death, you're not supposed to be silent. You're supposed to fill the air, right? So everybody jump on the show. Whatever you're doing behind the scenes, forget it.
Maria, don't
No, Boo,
drink.
but you're doing crosstalk. I was having a discussion with Jeff. I think a lot of people are drinking a lot during quarantine. We're not the ones because we're like too stupid to like stop working. But everyone else is like partying and having a good time during this. So Jeff, I ask you again, 11 o'clock. If you drink at 11 o'clock during quarantine, what is that in regular time?
I think that translates to your 5 o'clock happy hour. You
So
know,
5
it's like-
o'clock.
it's all quarantine o'clock
Put it
though,
this
right?
way
So
or
a
the other
6-hour
way.
time difference.
Yeah.
On the butter down, Dad. Butter down.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Quarantine adds 6 hours.
6 hours. Okay, great.
Guys. Okay, now put the cheese on immediately.
No. It's
Immediately.
gotta warm up.
I want jalapenos, please, and sriracha sauce.
Okay.
Okay, so Cinco de Mayo is the holiday that celebrates Mexico's victory over France in the Battle of Puebla on Cinco de Mayo, 1862. It's a
Producer, can you
relatively-
mute some mics when people are crunching and eating?
Maybe.
Thank you, producer.
It's 100% my
Eating
fault.
right now.
That's 100% my fault. I have a mute button. I'm just enjoying my chips and salsa.
No, it's
Oh, there we go.
now Maria's just cracking up. So, Cinco de Mayo. It began in 1796 when the
my
great
God.
General Cinco
I'm going to lose it.
invaded.
I'm going to die.
What?
Hearing my mom crunching is the greatest thing that's ever happened in
She's
my
so
life.
happy on her cheat day.
We have everything this episode. We have tortillas. We have ASMR of crunching.
Steven, you need to save those drops.
I was like looking around, like, where is that coming from? And like, I didn't have
Mom,
leads
you
on
got a little
preview.
chip on your face, so wipe. Yeah. Oh, she just grabbed it with her tongue like a lizard.
That's the best way instead of using your fingers.
So
That's right.
Steven, why is his mic coming in and out?
Because I'm trying to mute people as his is drawing across his neck and Leets is chewing.
Oh, okay. There's a lot going on
Yeah.
here. Okay, so Cinco de Mayo, like I said, it's a celebrating Mexico's victory over France in the Battle of Puebla. It's a relatively minor battle, but the French reclaimed Puebla a year later, but a symbolic one because a small Mexican army defeated a larger occupying force. And by 1867, Mexican troops had driven France from the country. And so many Americans assume Cinco de Mayo is Mexico's Independence Day. It's not. That holiday is on September 16th. And so there you go. Shake that booty, boo. Yes. Do we start with a drinking game and then go to Lala? Jeff,
Totally,
what is
yeah.
your best drinking game period?
So we have a number of options. I think the best one for the room, there's a game called Cheers Governor that I loved in college.
Oh, man.
You played, Steven? Oh, yeah, we played in Vegas. Jack went to Vegas a couple years ago. But there's also...
Is
Maria,
your
you had
sugar
pitched-
okay?
It's not ready yet.
Okay,
right?
hold on, guys. Stand by.
Yeah.
Dad, if you'd like to place the jalapenos and the sriracha sauce on
You
there
want
now.
to put them on now?
Yeah, I think it's ready, and then you do a little flip action.
Not the flip action yet. Not flip action yet, honey.
Mom, how's the quesadilla? Good? Very good, very good.
I
Okay,
make it special for you.
thank you, Dad. Honey, if you could move on and make
I'm
maybe...
making my second drink. I just don't know who to give it to. I was only given
Well, you
two
should
of these
have a
fancy
drink.
glasses.
No, that one's me and you, because we have our names on
Cool
them.
in the gang.
The other mason jars are for the other drinks,
Copy
for
that.
the other gente in the room.
One other mason
I
jar.
think we should do...
Perfect.
I don't know how to play the governor's game, and I don't think we have time to learn. Is it hard?
It's pretty fast, but the other one we could do that you pitched, Maria, that I love, was we have someone who's not you call a celebrity from your phone and see if they can keep them on the line for 30 seconds.
We got to do that with Lala.
Okay, we'll do that with
I'm the
Lala.
only one who knows celebrities in this room.
We also have our trivia. We
Who are you
have our
talking?
Mexico trivia.
I know
too.
celebrities too.
Who are your celebrity
No,
friends,
everybody.
Dad? Who's your celebrity friends?
Stallone.
Okay, Mr. Stallone. Who else?
Well, listen, I don't want to name.
Oh yeah, you don't want to name drop. Okay, you do have a lot of celebrity friends. Okay,
course.
so why don't we do a Spanish test?
Oh boy.
Spanish trivia. Did anybody take Spanish in school?
In second grade,
¿Hablas español?
Te quiero mucho, mi vida.
brazos en
Oh.
the mesas, cabezas en the brazos. I know that.
Nice.
No, ma-
Hablamos español. Bravo, man. Bravo. Jeffrey Graham. Do they
No, I
speak?
took French.
You took French. Ooh.
I'm conversational in French.
Oui, oui.
Speak very little
C'est
French.
bon, c'est excellent, Jeffrey.
Oui.
So we defeated, the Mexicans
bon.
defeated you French people. So we don't need the French here today. This is Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, now you want it now?
That is a beautiful quesadilla,
Okay,
Dad.
look at it.
Pop it on the plate,
Okay.
and I will take that. Hold
Okay.
on, I'll show you guys.
Look at, I'm an expert, honey. Look at
Thank
it.
you. All right. So I wore my fancy festive dress. Look at this. This is just magic. Okay, now you soon will
Come
hear
on,
me
Papu
crunching.
came through for you.
Okay,
Yep.
so Jeff, what did you come up with for our Spanish trivia?
So what I actually ended up prepping was trivia about the history of Mexico. I think we have some pretty fun questions here if it sounds fun. But maybe I should have prepped Spanish words instead.
Do I have to mute Maria now?
Maybe. But here's some fun ones. The first one, there's a common myth. So let's start with some Mexico trivia. True
Jeff,
or false?
I'm already bored. Go ahead.
I know. Maybe I should have made this a little more spicy.
I'm kidding.
Um,
I want to
Mexico-
talk Spanish vocabulary.
How do we first one to rescue Jeff from the tunnel? Get to drink the one he's talking on.
I can pull up some Spanish vocab as well if that sounds
Okay.
fun.
We can
Steven?
always do never have I ever if we get to.
Steven,
Yes.
how do you say water in Spanish?
Agua.
Okay, that means Jeff and I and everybody who has a drink drinks.
All right.
Because he got it right. Okay, now Steven, you pick a word.
This is great radio.
Maria, how do you say yellow in Spanish?
Amarillo.
You
Boom!
got it.
You people drink. You guys will not beat me, I think. My
know,
vocabulary
Park.
is pretty extensive, I'm going to say. I used to be almost fluent. And I was going to go to Spain for a summer, and I was going to learn how to speak Spanish fluently. And then I met this man, Kevin, and he made me produce his film. And so I learned how to make movies, and my career started. So Spanish did not happen for me.
Shoot, I threw it back to you. Send it to somebody else.
Okay, Kevin,
Say bon.
how do you say
No más carne por hoy.
How do you say friend?
Amigo.
Oh, good job.
We're going to drink.
I love the
Jeff,
answers.
get
drink.
drinking.
I know. I've got mine. If I've got one ready, if anyone, I can throw to them.
Jeff, how do you say mother?
Madre.
Oh, good
Hey-o.
job.
I love that we drink if we get it wrong or right. That's the best drinking game.
All right, Jeff, your job. You're next.
All right. Maria, how do you say car?
Coche?
Coche.
Ooh,
Caro.
good one.
Shit.
That's right.
Caro.
Caro.
I've got coche.
I
Looked
thought it was
up.
coche too. Okay.
Google says it's coche.
Caro, that's like Greek English
When's
too.
Farrah Abram calling in?
Honey.
I got her on the line.
Mom, do you
Nice.
want me to say another word in Spanish? You pick a word and see if I know it.
My bonita.
Dad knows how to sing a song in Spanish, right?
Yep.
Dad, sing it.
No.
Come on,
no,
please.
No.
Please.
No.
Honey, liquor him up. He sings a whole song in Spanish. It's beautiful. It's like a love song, right?
No.
Give us a little taste.
I'm going to make him
I
his
don't
drink.
know.
Dad, you know. Just do
You
it.
son un hombre sincero. Vino le griso la palma.
Okay, but sing it.
No.
You-
Don't bother me. I am not
Steven,
a singer.
everybody pressure him. He is a singer. He's an
I
incredible
think we just
singer.
have to pay him, right? That's what Grisa de Palma? Like, you have
Yeah.
to grease
I don't know,
his
it might be
palm?
time to hear the
It's a
crunch.
Cuban song.
Oh, it's Cuban. That's very different.
Oh my God, this is the greatest quesadilla.
Steven, I'm making one for you too.
That'd be great. Thank
Guys, this is the greatest quesadilla I've ever had.
Hey, listen, I know what I'm
Papa
doing.
knows what he's doing.
you.
Wow.
Cheese and jalapenos, please.
Okay,
I'm getting Papa his tequila and soda.
Oh my goodness.
so I say we get Lala Kent on the phone. You guys know her from Vanderpump Rules. Of course, she quickly became a fan favorite and a staple on the wildly popular Bravo show. Her career extends beyond reality, though, with acting appearances and a number of feature films. She has a music career. She's now dabbling in producing. Everyone, please welcome. Jeff, I want you to look at your intro for her and tell me who you have me introing in here. You're gonna cry laughing.
Star of Teen Mom.
We'll
What?
discuss later. Please welcome Lala Kent.
Lala.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to our Cinco de Mayo party. Woo! My dad's making quesadillas. I'm really sad you're not here to actually enjoy them. If this was normal, circumstances, you would be sitting on the couch where my mom is, eating one of these quesadillas and having a virgin blood orange margarita.
I'm telling you, I was watching your Instagram stories and I'm like, I really am bummed out. Like, I want to be there.
I'm so sad. You look so cute. I love your headband.
Thank you so much. I was trying to go with the Cinco de Mayo vibe.
Well, I am very, very grateful. Did you see Mr. Patreon? Can you see Kevin? Oh, maybe she can't
Kevin-
because you're on that camera.
But
Honey.
I instantly stalked you.
Oh, you saw
and
him.
he looks so snazzerific. Kevin is always killing it, though.
I
Thank
die. I
You're
die.
too nice. You're too nice.
So, what are you and fiance Randall going to be doing for Cinco de Mayo?
So we plan on making, the quesadillas. We don't have kids tonight, which is great. I mean, which it doesn't matter. I don't drink, so it's not like I want to get buck wild. But
Mhm.
I think we're just gonna have a little guacamole and play some pickleball and chill by the pool.
Oh, I love that you guys play
Just enjoy-
pickleball.
Maria, we just resurfaced the pickleball court and it's my new favorite thing. Like when everything is like back to being somewhat normal, you guys have to come over.
Well-
We'll do couples, doubles.
We could still play pickleball because we're so far away from each other.
And we're outside and you are far away from each other. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who are like, I don't care how far apart we are. I'm staying in my home. I don't want any human interaction.
I need pickleball in my life.
Okay, you're always invited.
Quarantine obviously has been going on for so long. What do you feel like you have learned being in quarantine with your fiance?
Well, Randall and I have almost broken up about a dozen times.
No.
So, I'm
no.
like, this is definitely a test for people's relationships, but it's so crazy because, you sit there and you start bickering about little things and you start overanalyzing everything. And like, we really have just like elevated our relationship in such an amazing way. Like, I know we're always going to argue, and of course we were never really going to end the relationship, but you're stuck with someone.
Mm-hmm.
But there was, we're in such a great place. I didn't even think we could get any better. And for me, I've done a lot of self-reflecting on how I would like to treat people and be grateful for the life that I get to live. So that's my biggest thing is, having a lot of gratitude and just being kinder to people.
Where do you think that came from, that kind of realization you wanted to be kinder?
I think watching this season of Vanderpump and just seeing my reaction to people and kind of going off on people who didn't deserve it. I'm all about going toes with people who do deserve it, but I just felt like I had so much anger since the passing of my dad. Like, this world is tough and it doesn't care what you want. And I feel like I was just carrying this like hardened soul around for the past 2 years. And since quarantine, I really got to reflect on just, when you're seeing yourself and how you've reacted to people and reading things that you once said about someone, it's like, my jaw dropped and I just thought to myself, like, you have to do better.
I love that. I think
Thank
that's
you.
what's been really good for people is to have that time to self-reflect, because when you're running around in this tornado of life, you don't really
Right.
get that time. That's why I think a lot of people, when they have health crises, like I had and my mom had, we had time to self-reflect and to really think about what's important in life and how we want to be moving forward. That is the gift in this, very difficult, challenging time for
But I've
people.
never, Lala, I commend you so much because I've never heard that. I've heard during this time, people are organizing or they're doing other things extrinsically to get better, or they're just filled with
Externally.
anxiety, or externally, or they're filled with anxiety, or they're escaping. I've not heard anyone say, I'm going to work on making a better me. And when we cover reality shows at AfterBuzz, we always ask ourselves afterwards, like, God, we wonder if the cast is watching this and learning and saying to themselves, God, like, I was kind of a jerk there, or
Right.
anyway, like, I've never heard that. I really that's amazing, and I'm going to take that with me.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's amazing.
I love you guys.
No,
We
but
love
really,
you.
Maria, I haven't heard that.
I
You
know.
doing the show, I've never heard that. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's well, first of all, it takes courage to admit that you were doing something that you're not proud of or you're not happy with, and to move forward and have kind of a new perspective. So I think it's great.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I guess, like, you were supposed to get married. We were all supposed to be at your wedding sometime in the middle of all of this mess.
Yeah, April 18th.
Was there something you didn't know about Randall before that now you know and
good
is like
question.
a new pet peeve that now, where you guys are so quarantined together, it's like really come to light?
I always knew that he was extremely messy, but now I realize, I've always known that, but now I get to see it every day because I wake up to it and, everyone's quarantined. So we don't have a housekeeper coming, 3 times a week to kind of make things. And I'm OCD. Like, I like everything in its place. Randall doesn't even know how to, like, put his laundry in the laundry basket.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm saying, like,
My dad's laughing.
like, he doesn't know how to close a cupboard. It's very frustrating. So that I would say he's more of a mess than I thought he was.
That's so funny. Randall is the funniest person I think I know. He is such a maniac. Like, his energy is boundless. It's the best.
It's the craziest thing because he, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you guys are 20 years apart. And I'm like, it doesn't feel that way because he has so much energy.
Wait,
I
you guys
can't
are
keep up,
20
Maria.
years
Yeah.
apart?
I would never guess
Yes.
that.
I would have never, ever guessed that.
Never, because he acts like he's 15.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's going to be 15 for life. That's
But
why
you know
I
what?
love him.
I love him because he's so excited about life and waking up every day for him. You can just tell, like, he really believes that, like, life is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And that he teaches me that like, life is not just a checklist of things we have to get done. It's things that we get to do, and we have to be grateful for that.
Ooh, Another good takeaway from Lala
Boom,
Kent.
Lala Kent.
Boom, she dropped another one.
Boom, hashtag not Farrah Abram.
Honey, Kevin is
That is
obsessed
so
with Farrah
amazing.
Abrams. Sorry.
Who's not?
He is so crazy.
I could watch her all day.
Right?
So the show, and Jeff, feel free to jump in as a Vanderpump expert with AfterBuzz. You know, the show's definitely showed us a different side of your sobriety journey. Can you speak to that a little bit?
My sobriety has been like the best gift that I've ever given to myself. And, you know, there was a long time, like, I'm going to be honest, if I were still drinking, I would be about 6 drinks in with you right now, Maria. But, you know, there just like this time where I went to Disney World with 26 people, my family, Rand's family. I had always been telling myself, like, you got to stop drinking like this. And then that night I'd be wasted again. And it was when I was on the plane back from Disney World and I was consumed with where this bottle of Hennessy was, and I was drinking it straight out of the bottle, like in front of children. And I remember letting them draw on my legs because I was just so gone.
Wow.
And getting home and trying to scrub this ink off of my legs because I did not want to remember anything that had happened. And the next morning, you know, I woke up to an empty house, and that was when it, you know, it was almost like I felt my dad saying, you've had 6 months exactly to grieve me and be out of your mind. And now it's time to pull your life together. And
Wow.
I went to Randall's office that day and said, I'm letting you know I'm an alcoholic and I'm reaching out and getting help. What I didn't know, Maria, is he had written me a letter that was basically saying, I can't be with you if you're going to live your life this way. And he didn't even have to give it to me because that was, I said that I was going to reach out and get help. And I've been sober now for a year and a half.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
He had written the letter, and was he going to give it to you that day, or was he waiting?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's like energy, right? Like he put it out into the universe. You must have caught it without even knowing, like, or energetically you guys were on the same page. That's really special. And so how does it work? Does he still drink?
So when I first got sober, he was not drinking at all. And, you know, he was very worried that I was going to pick a drink up again because I had said I was going to cut back on drinking many times, but I'd never identified as an alcoholic. And then it got to a point where I could go to a bar or a club, and to be honest, I was the funnest one there. And so then, you know, I told him, you know, you don't have a drinking problem. And if you want to go and have fun, you can absolutely do that. I will be fine. I feel strong in my sobriety. I go to AA meetings, even in quarantine. I do my little Zoom meetings. I'm very involved with my sponsor. And now, you know, all my friends and everybody, they have a heyday. And, you know, I take shots of my pineapple juice and we get, you know, we have a great time.
That's so great. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
You know, I feel like I don't have a lot of experience. Do you have a lot of experience with being around people who are sober?
It's hard.
I haven't. Like, the only thing I can compare it to is like my dad being diabetic. He could never have sugar. So we would always feel bad about eating sugar around him, but he always made us feel good about it. He's like, I'm fine. Like, you guys do you. And so, you know, it's interesting. And I know that you have really been able to help one of your friends along in his journey too, right?
Yes, I have. James and I really bonded over, you know, him wanting to stop drinking and give that up. And I just think when alcohol not only affects you negatively, but you're affecting other people negatively when you drink, that becomes a problem. You know, I'm very active with my AA book. And you know, the old timers say, you know, it's anonymous, and it's like, well, I'm not telling anybody that you're in the program, but if my generation is struggling with alcoholism and I have somewhat of a solution for them, I can't not talk about it.
Yeah. So
I need to let them know what's out there.
AA is your biggest solution, right?
It just, the second I started reading that book, I felt like it was written for me. And I was told the second you pick that book up, it's going to speak to you. And it did.
And you
I
probably,
do whatever I need to do to be sober.
Lala, do you go to the meetings?
she said she
I
does.
do.
Yeah.
You do? Oh, consistently, you
Yeah.
mean, still?
Yeah, via
Yep,
Zoom, she just said.
consistently.
Wow.
And I do my Zoom meetings.
I wonder, like, do you think that you would have come to these conclusions that we talked about earlier in the show about how you want to be kinder towards people if you weren't in sobriety and your sobriety as strong as you are?
No,
Yeah.
because alcohol gives you a fogged mirror. It's not real life. And when you drink at the level that I was drinking, nothing is real. Everything is just an illusion. I don't think that I would in any way think twice about how I treated people. I wouldn't be reflecting on anything. I'd be just worried about where my next drink was coming from,
Yeah. I mean, you just sound so healthy in
Thank
every
you.
way. You sound better than I've ever heard you. And I just think that that's such a special place to be.
Can I quickly ask, Lala?
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they go through a recovery journey, and I can relate to this, talk not only about, the physical and emotional recovery, but like sort of a new spiritual outlook on life and spiritual awakening. Do you feel like you've had any like run-ins with spirit that would be interesting for our listeners?
Yeah, with the program I'm in, we talk about this higher power, and a lot of people get afraid of these meetings because they think it's very God heavy, which is not the case at all. For me, it was I just look around me and it sounds so cheesy, but I like look out at my view and I'm like, wow, like just the earth is bigger than me. I can't explain it. That's more powerful than I am. I look I look at the stars and I'm like, that's something I can't explain. It's bigger than me. I just find that I have this spiritual connection with all of my surroundings, which I think when you are involved in the program, like I am, that's kind of what it teaches you, because that's what it takes to stay sober, knowing that you are not the most powerful thing out there. Alcohol is more powerful than you are, but what out there is beautiful that's more powerful than you are, that you can rely on.
I love that. Kevin is like so blown away over here. I love it.
Are you sponsoring anything?
Well, I feel like it's a
Mom just dropped a frame.
sorry guys. I feel like it's a millennial approach to AA, because AA, it's amazing, but it hasn't. There's not been a lot of evolution with it. And when I hear from friends in the program, Sean Waltman, who does Maria's show a lot, what you're talking about is kind of the newer kind of updated version of it that was necessary. More
Right.
open, more sharing, more, like our generation needs more of that. I think to get it started, those core principles work, but you're talking about the next level, and it's really important. And I've never heard it verbalized, so I think, it's really important information for people to know.
So cool.
Well, thank you. Like I said, there's people my age and younger that are struggling with this. It's not just, these 50 plus people who have been, drinking their lives away. Like, let's fix it now. And if I have an answer for you, something that's working for me, I can't not share that.
Yeah. What if you think about the show, have you thought about, or you probably have seen everything at this point, right?
Yeah.
What was your hardest part of the show this season?
The hardest part of the show, I would say the way that I just ripped Raquel, James's girlfriend. I felt like this season was relatively easy for me because I was in a clear headspace. And now let me clarify, because everyone says, not everybody, but I've had a lot of comments calling me a dry drunk. Sobriety does not turn you into Jesus. You're not walking on water. You're not turning the other cheek. It's still, you're still a person that's reactive and things like that. But when I watched that back, I was like, right then, I'm like, you're angry about something else. This has nothing to do with what was happening in the show. And like I said, during this time, I got to sit back and say, like, when did you start being so harsh? And it was when my dad died. I've never experienced anything like that before. That type of loss where your world feels like it's just completely crumbled. it's so new for me, and it's still very raw, even though it's been 2 years. It feels like
Yeah.
it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So now I know what I need to do to be a better person and treat people correctly, and, you know, listen to what they're saying, because not everyone is out to get me like I think they are, you know?
That's very important, a very important distinction. And I think I had Patty Penn, who did an episode with us probably about a year ago. She's a Reiki master. She was talking about how if you're always looking for the monster in the room, you're going to find them. It's like the attraction point gets set. And so when you're thinking everyone's out to get you, you're going to find the person. So,
Right. Oh, I love that. That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Lala, that like whether it's been Corona or, you know, your dad dying or alcohol, you know, you've kind of found the way, like, to say, okay, what's the positive spin on this? Like, what, you know, it's
very inspiring.
Yeah, it's a new way I think it's a way of looking at problems. Like, okay, I've got this crisis. You know, you could have folded up with your dad. You could have watched what you saw on TV, and you could have doubled down. We see that with a lot of people who go, you know what, I'm going to be meaner next time. I'm going to be faster than a punch next time. I'm going to be more guarded next time. And or you could say, you know, hey, I'm in quarantine right now. F it. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm stressed about it. But, you know, at every turn you've said, what's the better choice I can make, and what's the beauty that I can take out of it? And I'm very inspired today.
Thank you for saying that, Kevin.
Yeah.
And it's a constant battle for me, because I'm already the type of person that looks at the glass as half empty. It's like nothing is ever enough.
Wow.
So I do have to sit down and really take a beat to just be grateful for what is in my life. I know I speak all of the, you know, people will DM me and they're like, your outlook on life, you're so positive. And it's like, I'm also trying to be positive.
You're railing against.
I'm trying to practice.
Yeah, we're working on
You're
it.
railing. Well, you know, it's good to say that, because you're railing against it. And I think, you know, with alcohol is darkness that comes about. And so most of the alcoholics I know are people who just are addicts, or it's always half empty. And then, you know, and then they get half empty returns in life. So it's great that you own that. You know, I mean, I can be like that too, but then knowing, like, God, that's not going to get me a full cup. That's only going to get me an empty cup.
Well, and everybody's on a journey. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, even though you are saying, you know, even though you're saying what you're saying right now about how you're, you know, being grateful and you are appreciative and all of that, doesn't mean you're not going to have moments. We all do.
Correct.
Like Kevin yesterday is like, well, you are full of good news. Like I was like, okay, we got murder hornets. They're 2 inches long. Oh my God, there's this video of it tearing a rat apart. And now there's new strains of the coronavirus. And I'm like, and he's like, you are just like, you're hooked in right now. And I go, I know. And that's not my nature. My nature, I'm actually half full more than I am half. I'm not half empty. I'm very positive, but I still have to try to be positive. You know, I still have to work on it, even though that is more my nature. So, and I think what these conversations are meant to do, in my opinion, is make people feel okay wherever they are in that journey.
100%.
And that's what's important. It's okay that you have your moments. We're not Gandhi. We're not perfect. I mean, even Gandhi isn't. Nobody's perfect.
Oh, no.
So you have to just keep growing, keep trying.
That's the biggest thing. Just keep trying.
You know, I want to switch gears. It's so funny. You think about what you're going to do with a show, and then it goes a completely different way. And I love where this
I've
just
learned
went.
all about this.
I love where this just
went. And then
went.
you get Lala Kent, bitches.
And so, so let's talk about some of the fun stuff. Like Randall is a part of the show. Does he? This is a stupid question. Does he like being a part of the show?
Randall is. You guys, it's an Oscar,
you know
producer.
so well. It's the craziest thing, because this man is someone who, like Kevin said, is an Oscar-nominated producer, and he really can't get enough of being on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna kill me for saying that. He will text me and say, "Babe, did you see the newest episode? Am I going to be in it?" And if he's not in it, he has no desire to watch it.
That's what I love about him, though. But that's that childlike, fun part of Randall. Do you know 20 years ago that VH1 was trying to get him to do a reality show? Did he ever tell you that?
By the way, yes, he did.
They did a pilot and everything.
Yes, and I heard it was fabulous.
Yeah, of course it was.
I need to see this.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Okay, so you're drinking right now. What are you drinking? Because you have a fancy straw.
I do,
Like me.
but yeah, like a little paper. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. I'm naughty.
Oh, I thought you were making a mocktail.
That is a mocktail.
Well, I have my mocktail things. And
Can you share a recipe?
Yes, I totally can share a recipe.
Because
I'm gonna take you into my kitchen.
as we are talking about having a Cinco de Mayo party, what I loved about having you on today is that you don't have to drink to have a party, right? I didn't grow up in a family of drinkers. My dad is here. He will attest. Like, there was some wine here and there, but I never grew up with, oh my God, I need to have a drink. I didn't know that. So I am the person who has a huge birthday bash every so often, and I just go all out. But I'm not like a big...
trust me, I've been at your birthdays, and you do go all out.
I go
You're
all
so
out.
Fun.
People are carrying me back to my room. My mom's held my vomit buckets before. I mean, I go full on. But you don't have to drink to have fun. And I love that you are going to represent. You're making us a whole show today, right? So
I love that.
What was your mocktail?
Here's the thing. My mocktail, and fun fact, Cinco de Mayo, I love it, but tequila has always, even the smell of it has always made me sick.
Ugh,
I don't dig it, so I was never going for the margaritas. So I have right here, I'll show you my goods down here.
Ooh.
I have the ingredients for a cucumber lemon gimlet, virgin.
Oh, yum.
So I have my little cucumber muddled.
So what do? You just chop up cucumber and muddle it?
So I have a really amazing thing that I got at the farmer's market. It's this little guy. It has ridges, and all you have to do is take your cucumber and you just like move it back and forth, and it does it for you.
It's like a shredding.
It's like a shredding thing.
Okay.
Not so much a muddle. I'm not a bartender.
Okay.
I have my lemon juice that I'll pour in here. Yummy, yummy. A little simple syrup. I don't like mine too sweet. I like it more tart.
Me too.
And then just a little club soda. See, this is how I get buck wild. Like, this to me is like, let's get lit on Cinco de Mayo. All
My
right.
mom's like cheersing with her club soda right now.
Is she? I love it. Okay, and then my little garnish, I'm going to show you guys. Look how cute that is.
Oh my
Nice.
God, yes!
Love it.
Mocktails and cocktails, everybody. Cheers to
And
Cinco
it's
de
so
Mayo.
good. You feel like you're having a cocktail.
I love it. Now, the only thing you're missing is Costa's quesadillas.
Next time.
Lala, did you learn Spanish in school?
No, I took French and I didn't even listen. I don't even know why I did that. Do you speak Spanish?
Yo hablo un poquito. Estudié en la escuela 4 años. Boom! I studied like
That
4
is
years.
that's like
But-
really sexy, Maria.
Thank you,
Do you do
thank
that? Do you do that with Kevin?
Kevin does not pay attention to me anymore. It's been 20 years. He does not care.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
My
That is
favorite
not
is like,
true.
you know, at Disney World, when you go in the trams and it's like, por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. That's one of my favorite things to say in Spanish. And Guadalajara.
What does that mean?
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas.
I could listen to you do that all day. Oh my gosh.
I love Spanish. And so fun fact, when I first started in this business, I was in People Espanol. Everyone thought I was Latina. And so it was hilarious because they all embraced me. And I was like, soy griega. I'm like, I'm Greek, but Español en mi corazón. I'm like, in my heart. You guys are in my heart. I'm Latina in my heart.
Oh, I love that. You're such a beautiful soul, Maria.
Thanks, Lala.
Yeah,
So
she
fun. She aight? Am I? Boo, so you don't drink tequila. I didn't even think about you. You're not even having a cocktail. Why don't you make a mocktail with some of the juices?
I did make a mocktail.
Oh, okay, cool. What did you
By
give
the
my
way,
dad?
all of the fruit that you were pulling off of your trees,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, I want to live there.
Well, you are welcome anytime. We can play some pickleball from a distance, and
I love it.
And I can give you my fruit. So,
Yeah, I love it.
which I do. Would you say, Dad?
Oh, we have the best lemons,
Yep.
oranges, mandarins. We have everything.
Yep.
Pomelo.
Pomelos, tangerines,
Everything.
tangelos.
You know.
Yeah.
You never need to leave.
Yeah.
Got your own little fresh market over there.
We got a little citrus grove, that's for sure. So Jeff Graham, I know you have some burning questions for Lala.
Yeah.
Please share.
Well, It's been interesting with the newbies on the season. Do you feel like you're relating to them because you came into the season as sort of a newbie?
Jeff Graham, are you trying to get me out of my self-reflection quarantine kumbaya mode?
I'm bringing you back into pump mode. I
Pump
have
rules.
I die.
I don't relate to them. However, if you would have take me back season 4, we would have had the best time together, naming our boobs, skinny dipping, like, having the best time, drinking at the clubs. But now it's like, dude, I come home to like children and learning how to read and write and math homework,
It's just different phases in life.
It is. And I hate to say this, like I call them the commercial of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because this show that the OGs have made for 7 years before these new kids came on, people are invested in them. So when you bring a chunk of new people in and expect people to be very invested in the storyline when 5 minutes before I was hearing about the fall of Witches of WeHo, takes me out of the moment, because I'm invested in the Witches of WeHo. I'm invested in Jax and the Toms. So it's weird. It's weird.
Lala, is it like sports in these shows where the rookies come in and they get hazed? Like we were just seeing it on Last Dance, Michael Jordan's doc. But in sports, when the newbies come in, it's like, you got to earn your space. Is it like that in this world too, where these new kids come in? Are the old veterans like, no?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. And I now understand how the OGs felt when I entered the scene. It's like you put your entire life out there and it becomes a success, and you kind of, metaphorically bleed for the show. You do everything but bleed for the show.
Right.
And I had to earn my keep. It was not easy. So when I see these new people talking about how it's been so hard, I'm like, you have no idea.
Well, that's, in a way, you guys are millennials. In a way, some of them are Gen Z. Are you seeing a difference with this generation being, less resilient than the older guard as far as what they can put up with?
They're a little soft. They're a little soft.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I see what little things make them upset, and I'm like, wow, you would have crawled in a hole if you experienced what I experienced when I first came on here. And for me, reality TV is so much fun, but I have to separate it from like real life without cameras. Like it's very much reality and we're showing a real part of our lives, but in order for me to not crawl into a hole, you have to look at it as like, that's my real life on TV and this is my real life at home, and separate the two.
Interesting.
Speaking of, just quickly back to the newbies, Lala, you mentioned something that I think a lot of the fans are feeling, which is in some ways we almost have two storylines now. We have the OGs and you guys are in a different life phase. It's fun for us to see cocktail parties at Lala and Randall's. It's just like, we're kind of growing up with you guys. I'm close to your all's age. Do you feel like the show even needed the newbies, or could that have maybe been a little bit of a misstep?
I think back on what we filmed this season, and I don't think they were needed at all. There was so much drama that they could have just gone into all of the nitty gritty with it. I don't think the newbies were needed in any way. No.
I'm
gonna get an email.
How are you guys
get an email for saying that?
No, it's okay. And listen, I'll say this. You don't have to say it, but Randall and I know better what that's really about. There's financial things, considerations that go in with bringing new people.
Yeah. I wonder though, have they talked about what you're going to do moving forward? Like how you guys will film? Like I heard that the Kardashians were in the middle of their season during quarantine kind of happening, and they've been filming themselves apparently. I don't know if that's true or not.
We, as of right now, because our season hasn't been picked up, I mean, literally we get approved and they say, by the way, our show got picked up, be prepared to start filming next week. Like that's how short of time we have to even prepare. So I have no idea. First, the show has to get picked up and then we'll deal with, I guess, when we're filming it. But we filmed the reunion. They sent us this like giant big screen TV, a laptop and an iPhone, and we had to set up speakers. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done, you guys.
Wow. I also wonder, if you had to be stuck in quarantine with anyone, who would you least like to be stuck in quarantine with from the show?
Oh, from the show?
Mhm.
I think the person I would least want to be stuck in quarantine with, gosh, that's so hard. I would probably say like Charlie or Danica.
Why?
I just think they would be so annoying.
Awesome.
I feel like they would be like drinking all the time and they probably like to talk a lot when they drink. Like the OGs that I'm friends with, we kind of like do our own thing. I like my alone time. I don't want you to talk to me too much. Especially like there's nothing more annoying than being sober around a bunch of drunk people
Mhm.
once they hit that tipping point
Yep.
where you're like personal space and you've told me this 6 times.
Yep.
Wrap it up.
Ted, I love it.
Yeah,
I
the
also
newbies would be my least favorite.
I also feel like I heard something, correct me if I'm wrong, that now that you're going to be married, you might want to level up to the Beverly Hills Housewives or something like that. Is that
I don't
true?
like the move. I'm just going to say
Hold
it.
on, let her talk first.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
I really think it would be a lot of fun just because I'm going to say it. I love filming reality TV. I get a high from it, but I don't think I'm ready. I mean, those girls go in hard. I mean, they don't play around.
We're not ready yet.
Yeah.
We're not
I don't
ready.
think so.
Team Lala's not ready.
We're not.
No.
Yeah.
More
the Give Them
Jedi
Lala
training.
Squad is not ready.
More
but
Jedi training is
hold up.
needed.
If they called you tomorrow and said, we're going up in a week, Lala, are you in?
I need to see numbers.
Honey, let her
What?
answer.
Sorry.
Kevin,
Yes.
that's exactly where my mind went. I
Pay.
was like, let me see what the payment will be.
Right.
Okay.
Is it worth my time?
Say the payment is worth your time, you're in?
Oh, yeah. Sign me up.
So you would leave Vanderpump.
Oh, Vanderpump would still be in the mix?
You'd have to leave
I don't
him.
think I could do it.
You
No.
wouldn't be able to leave Vanderpump.
No. I love
Atta girl.
my friends on Vanderpump.
Do you feel like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is a step up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do. Because they're filming things that, and I hate to say like real things, but they focus on what each person is doing, business wise. There's a lot of us who are doing a lot of other things besides just like dicking around at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks
But
like
that-
we're doing.
Yeah. But that's the
There's
evolution of the
also
show,
6.
right? I mean,
There's
you've got
also 6
waitresses.
cast members.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lala.
Well, there's 6 to 8 cast members on Housewives.
Yeah.
There's like 20 of us on Vanderpump now. How are you
Mhm.
supposed to focus
Yeah.
on what we're all doing with that many cast members?
Yeah.
I'm
You
liking
can't.
the
I
move.
wonder, do the Beverly Hills Housewives, do the producers take a cut of their businesses now that they've seen things like Bethany Frankel succeed so wildly?
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do that, but I don't think that would go over well
Got it.
with any, no.
The other
I
interesting
think
thing,
there would be an uproar.
the other interesting thing, Lala, is might put your relationship with Lisa in jeopardy if you were to make that move.
I see, and Lisa Vanderpump has given me such incredible opportunity, even though I
Yeah.
didn't see myself ever doing reality TV because I've been in the arts with acting and music since I was 12. Like the reality is, Lisa Vanderpump single-handedly gave me a really great opportunity, and the things that I've been able to do because of this show is really incredible. And we just live in a different time now
Yeah.
where there's no, people aren't in boxes. You can kind of do it all if you care enough to do it all.
I
Yeah.
love it. Lala, we haven't discussed, what are your plans for your wedding now?
Well, Rand and I were planning on doing July, but I don't even think that's possible. Like, I haven't told him this yet, but I don't see us getting married until next year. I just don't see people wanting to be in big groups. I don't want to think about, oh, we can only put 6 people at a table now instead of 10. It just like, I don't want to plan my wedding around the coronavirus.
Yeah. Would you ever consider a like a small teeny wedding?
I I wanted a small wedding, and Randall wanted it big and grand and like a production.
Yeah, I believe that. I felt the
Yes.
same way. Kevin was like, it's got to be like a wrestling match with announcements and this and that. And I was like, I would be totally fine in a little
Bigger
chapel
home.
in a cliff in Greece, like just us.
Okay.
When you have a wedding, honey, you gotta have a wedding. You gotta have all your friends, all your relatives. I mean, you cannot have a wedding, 10, 15 people.
Come on,
See, that's my dad.
Come on.
Oh, I love him. So I'm totally on your same page. But then once I saw this wedding come to life and like what we were gonna have, I'm like, no, I don't want the small wedding anymore.
I
I
know.
want this wedding.
Yeah, but it's gonna be
My
a
heart's
while.
set on it.
So
Well,
I have
I want you to ask Maria if she was happy with the wedding we had in the village. I already have everything prepared for her, so
I was.
she was like the Queen of England when she came.
I know. My dad literally planned with my friend Sotiris the best wedding in Greece. It was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
So I will
I
share.
have to see pictures.
Oh, I will share. It was outstanding. I wonder, have you guys talked about having your own children?
Yes. I would like 2. Randall says 1, so we'll have 2.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, so now when does that start?
You know, he always tells me, he's like, you're so young. Like we don't need to talk about it yet. And I'm like, I'm so young.
You're so
not
old.
so young. So we should talk about it. But
Yeah.
just with everything that I want to do, I'm okay with waiting a couple of years. I don't need to get it popping just yet.
Okay.
Kids
so-
are a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, you guys are in a good position to have help and stuff, although who knows what's going to happen with this entertainment industry, to be honest. For a while, it could get a little ugly, but I wondered if that was something that was more imminent for you guys.
Well, fun fact, we were supposed to get married April 18th. I had made an appointment with my gynecologist to talk about, starting to get it moving because I was ready, so I was going to do that on April 9th. And Randall and I had discussed like, let's make babies. And then this whole thing happened and, you just start reevaluating everything because you're like, when will this be over? I don't necessarily know that I would want to be trying to get pregnant or get pregnant when all of this is happening.
I know. Can you imagine women who are giving birth alone in these hospital rooms?
That's one thing I can't imagine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It sounds horrific and sad. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
We're in the middle of having discussions too about, because we had moved forward. We found a surrogate. We paid all the fees, the matching this, and then the quarantine happened. And so as we're kind of figuring out what we're going to do, you're seeing all this horror, all this news about like second waves and this and that. And it's so scary to think that we could move forward and then, our only chance be ruined by the coronavirus. Like if something was to happen and the surrogate is to contract this or whatever, or, putting her in a tough situation. It's a very crazy thing. So we're like sitting here, like we've been waiting to do this for like a decade. And it just the finish line keeps going. So I was having a talk with our attorney yesterday for the whole surrogate process. And I was looking at this big picture frame of all of our past dogs. And I was like, maybe we'll just get more dogs. My dad's probably like, no.
We want grandchildren. I keep telling them for so many years now, for 18 years, have a baby. Oh, it's too early, it's too early. Don't do the same thing, all right? You got to have kids, all right?
That is amazing.
Exactly.
Well, the king has spoken.
The
There you
king
go.
has spoken. Tonight is the night.
No, I mean, honestly, Lala, I will say I was like Randall, and I regret it now. And I think you have at least one child now while you can. Nothing's promised. And no, I think you have your career now. You have a lot ahead, and I think it'd be fun for you. And you're already doing it. That you had a great warm up with Randall's kids. So I really think you should do it. I wouldn't have told you that 3 years ago.
When I see him, I'm going to tell him, Kevin and Maria told me that we need to get it popping.
Get it popping tonight. We start tonight. Yes, get the music going, Steven. Any last questions for Lala before we go?
I mean, any acting, Lala? A lot of the fans are, and really surprised, not surprised, but heartened by how great of an actress you are. In The Row especially, it's a really great performance. What's next for you?
Thank you so much. The film I did with Al Pacino will come out in the fall.
Hello.
And yes, and then I just did a Bruce Willis film where I was the lead in that, and I played his daughter, which was amazing.
Great.
And I have another film coming up when they allow us to go back to work. So
Amazing.
Damn.
yeah.
That's amazing.
And now, do we call you guys Randalla?
Randalla?
Randalla. I love that.
All right.
Randalla.
Done. That's a new thing.
Lala, before I let you go, what is one thing you are doing every day to get better at anything in life?
Ooh, one thing that I'm doing every day to get better, I do my morning intentions and nighttime reflections. So I wake up in the morning, I look out my window at my beautiful view and flowers and say, what do I intend on doing today? And that night, I go over everything that happened and I go to bed with just a clean slate.
I love that. Intentions and reflections. Never heard someone put it like that either.
Boom. 3
Lala,
gems from Lala.
somehow, this show was so full of everything. And I am so impressed with your journey and where your head is at. And I think you're so inspiring. And we love you guys. And we'll talk offline about pickleball and we'll figure out a way to do this safely.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. Thank you for having me. I
Thank
had
And,
the best
you.
and then
time.
Lala,
Cheers, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Lala.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
listen, on the side, when you need to do some business, you call Uncle Kevin. All right. Randall knows films. The branding and this is my world. So we need to talk offline.
I love it.
Never mind.
Be expecting a phone call.
Atta girl.
Love you,
Okay.
Lala.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you
Goodbye.
guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Lala.
Bye.
How about that, Dr. Phil?
That was amazing.
Cash me outside.
That was amazing.
How about that?
Amazing.
Honey, I need another drink.
You got it.
Kevin?
you.
Yes,
Kevin,
sir.
You want another one?
A quesadilla? Here, I'll pass it to him.
No, I'm good, guys. I'm good.
Okay.
Because I'll be
about-
crunching
You should
away.
eat it, Dad. This is amazing.
I didn't get one.
You didn't get one. You were crunching like a monster over there.
Jeff,
No,
Bitchy.
drink.
Lisa's
a
trying
drink.
to.
Jeff, I got one for you too.
Oh, Kostas, you're the best. The king has a quesadilla.
Oh my God! Pass it to Steven to pass to Jeff. Jeff, you can pop on out and get your
Jeff,
quesadilla.
I don't know if it'll get to you.
We want to hear you. We want to hear you crunch. What a journey she's
Wow,
had, right?
She's incredible.
And so
I always liked her personally, but I'm blown away at her growth, and I learned so much from her today
right?
for myself.
Things that you will apply.
Tons of takeaway.
I love it. This is Baba. You make some damn good
No,
quesadillas.
now I make it better, Maria.
You know how to do it now?
I'm an expert now.
Mom, are you having fun on our Cinco de Mayo show?
Yes.
What are you trying to take your glasses off
Yeah.
for?
Wait.
Help
I
her
gotta
out,
help.
honey.
I know.
Come on.
This is what happens. Tell your audience how I go back and forth between taking care of you and your mother.
Did you give me ice?
Honey, your mother's about to fall off the chair. You'll be fine.
She's not falling off. Jeff, take a crunch. Let's see.
All right. It's hot, I will say.
Oh my God, this margarita.
That's really good.
So guys,
wine?
today,
Hats off.
let's recap today's show, right? We taught you how to make quesadillas, the Greek way. We taught you how to make my blood orange margaritas. We learned from Lala that we set our intentions in the morning and our reflections at night. I love that. And we learned that whether you're making mocktails or cocktails, you can get it popping, right? And we learned that
I learned how you participate as an alcoholic with other people. Like
What?
just even taking shots of pineapple with the friends.
yeah,
I love that.
it's a great listen. When someone shows you another way, now you can go that way.
And taking quarantine time to better yourself, not just like with working out and organizing, which is still great, but to better yourself emotionally and psychologically.
I love it. And then we also got to pop the inaugural cherry of the demo bars.
Yeah,
here.
these are and I'm horrified by how bad they were, and I apologize.
Well, Boo, listen,
This
you
will be-
disappoint me at
trust
every
me.
turn in life.
Oh, there's going to be a nice meeting for my 3 little Indians, you and Jeff and Steven, after this show.
What did we do wrong?
Um,
Guys, keep drinking. Don't listen to him.
all right. You know what your Patreon fans are going to love?
What?
When I give an instruction on how to produce a specialty show.
A specialty show.
Pre-production steps. Yeah, all
Listen,
the fun information everyone wants to know.
Here's what happened. We were making cocktails, okay? It was going to be a Cinco de Mayo festivities show.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got inspired because I remembered I had that Wolfgang grill and said, wow, we can make quesadillas. I was going to be doing all of this. And then I realized I can't host the show, make drinks, make quesadillas. So I said, Dad, get off the ladder where you're painting, and I need you to make quesadillas as the chef. And he's like, no. And I go, yes. So there he is. Then I said, Boo.
No, you said Mr. Patreon.
Mr. Patreon, I need you to be the bartender. And he's like, no. And I said, yes. And there he is. And then I said, Mom, since you auditioned this morning and started dancing, you're going to be the resident dancer. And so all of a sudden, this became a very full show. And because we're all, in our different, quarantine booths, I made sure everybody had chips and salsa. No one said thank you, by the way. Actually, I think Jeff did.
We did not eat yet.
Okay, not publicly. You didn't say, oh my God, Maria is the greatest host ever. She made me drinks. She gave me food. She cooks for me. Like
Maria,
nothing.
you are the greatest ever.
I don't get any credit. I make them their morning coffees every day. I'm a barista. I don't get any love for that.
I like barista.
Mm-hmm. I'm a barista, baby.
Oh, we have that new machine.
And these.
I'll only discuss the new machine exclusively on the Patreon episode.
Anyway. We gotta go, guys. Wherever you are, I hope you are celebrating Cinco de Mayo and letting all of the madness that's going on and the chaos that's going on in the world slip to the side for just one day.
Try not to watch it because it is getting to you, Maria.
It's getting to me.
It's getting to you, and all your advisors have told you. Mm-hmm. Tony Robbins said on this show, don't watch bad news. Trevor Moed, don't watch bad news.
And the devil just sucked me back in. Those murder hornets got me good because I am terrified of bees. I'm terrified of mosquitoes. Those things are so evil.
All right, we're going back there.
Yeah. I was thinking about them this morning when I woke up, and it's just bad. So I'm going to continue on my day celebrating amazing quesadillas, chips and salsa, and margaritas. We will see you back here tomorrow. Who do we have on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we have Good News Network founder Michelle Figueroa and a very special human interest guest involving a wedding. We have a couple coming on. I don't want to say too much, but I've been chatting with them.
They were trending, people.
Oh, the Good News founder. She's amazing.
I know. I love the Good News movement, and so I wanted to have her on the show. And then on Thursday, Giada De Laurentiis is going to be on the show, and we are going to be making a Mother's Day recipe that you're going to want to share with your mom. We're blessed to have my mom here. So, Mom, you're going to have another cheat day, I feel, coming.
Mother's Day's coming up, Lita.
Uh-oh. All right. Ftusu, you look beautiful. Okay. Everybody, if you want to follow us, you can follow us at Lala Kent. What is it?
Lala Kent on Instagram. She doesn't have a Twitter yet, so Kev, we gotta get on that.
Okay, cool. I don't have any of that. But,
Arriba!
At Lala Kent, at Maria Menounos, at Stephen Lemufoto, at Jeff Crane Graham, at Undergaro, at Litsa Menounos, at Costa Menounos.
Yes.
And remember, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.
Check us out on Patreon.